Hi everyone, FB here to bring you the 6th race in Season 4 of fB's Weekly, powered by ragajungle.biz, the #1 website for Raga Jungle music, and Team Acer. This is an endurance race that I host every Saturday. The track that will be used is released just before the race goes live and is a mixture of different styles that you find in stadiums such as tech, dirt, speed, obstacles, etc. No registration is needed to participate, simply join the server before starting time and you will be eligible to play. Right now we're seeing some warm-ups on this week's track, which is Childhood Love by Cyril. And here is a closer look at the season. It will now consist of 10 races in total. Top 15 will get points in every race, with the person getting the best lap receiving 5 bonus points. And it's your 7 best results that will count. For this season, ragajungle.biz and Team Acer are sponsoring the race with €1,000, which will be divided between top 15 after the season is over. Also new for this edition is that I will be running a time attack season in conjunction with the normal race. It pretty much got the same format and will also have some prize money, which is based on contributions through Twitch and YouTube. And last week, the 5th race of the season was played, with Flyer winning for the 2nd week in a row, and he's now the current leader of the season with 155 points in total. Behind him we got Roa at 2nd with 141 and Sand at 3rd with 138 points. Then we got Morris89 at 4th, gained 1 position last week. Wally at 5th, lost 4 positions, was not in the top 15. Spam at 6th, did well and gained 2 positions. Tween at 7th, stayed at 7th. Shorty at 8th, gained 2 positions. Flyer at 8 also gained 2 positions, or at 9th place rather. Then Aurel at 10th, lost 4. Jerem at 11th, lost 2. Link at 12th, gained 1. Saber at 13th, lost 1. Shark, new into the top 15. And then Raisons at 15th, continues to lose positions, now with 1 position worse than last week. Finally, if you want to find out more information about this race, that can be found below the VOD or the stream. And we are about 1 minute until we'll start. And let's see who's driving this week. We got Flyer, the current leader of the season, participating again. See if he can make it 3 in a row. He's never done it before. I think he's won 2 weeks in a row before, but never 3. So let's see if he can do it. Then we also got Roa driving. I'm pretty sure. Can't find him right now, but he is driving. Who else do we have? We don't have Sand, it looks like. Who is at 3rd place? Can't see him. But we got Wally driving, who is at 5th place, of course. Then we got Morris89 as well at 4th place in the total standings. Spam is also participating. Took 5th place last week, and of course has won a race prior. The 2nd race of the season, he took 1st ahead of Morris89 and Aurel. Who else do we have as we are about to start? Tween also driving. Currently at 7th place in the season. Has still not been on the podium though. See if he can pull it off this time. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the warm-up. We are about to go live. fB's Weekly Season 4 Race 6. Halfway through the season, 5 more races left to go. And a lot can still happen, but Flyer, of course, the current leader, also the defending champion since he did take home Season 3 as well. Alright, let's disable the chat. Alright, good luck, have fun. And let's try to follow Flyer through the first lap if we can find him. This is always a problem, trying to find the players. Can't find him, so whatever, I guess. Let's just follow Tween here as we go live. 170 players starting this week. We'll see who will... how many people will finish as well. So this map got a lot of speed. Cyril is actually a speed player, so kind of expected to have a lot of speed parts. We start off here with a couple of loops and wall rides. Here's the last wall ride before we enter a wall hit. So people will drop down here. Can be a bit awkward, a bit of an awkward landing, so I recommend slowing down a bit there. And then we have an overview custom camera part before we enter the next section. Here's a hole which will lead to a water section, which is the stretch. So now we enter the stretch here. The stretch is a bit longer than usual. Initially there were boosters under the water here, but they were a bit too random, so had to remove them. But Tween off to a great start. We'll go up to 3rd place after the water section. Wally and Hobbyflyer in front. Then we'll enter the dirt section. Again, not too much dirt this week. This is pretty much it. As we enter the tech part. Not that much tech either, mostly it is speed. Hobbyflyer continues to get good start. Wally now with a much better start than the previous week. Last week he had an awful start. He dropped down to like 60th place and could never recover from that. Was far away from getting into the top 15. Wasn't even close to getting the best lap, so that map did not suit Wally well. Maybe this one will suit him better, as he will pass Hobbyflyer. Here we have a respawn checkpoint, and as you can see, you don't have to take the respawn. Tween did not. I think it's a bit faster to not take the respawn, but it's not that much of a difference. Oh, Hobbyflyer crashed! Pretty sure he did. Yeah, we'll have to go for the alternative route, so that's gonna cost him a bit of time. Tween will gain a position, goes up to 2nd. Wally at 1st, as we have this small dirt turn before the end. Hobbyflyer recovers well though, did not lose too much time. Wally will go into the next lap at 1st place. I forgot to mention there's gonna be 19 laps this time. The race will take about 45 minutes for 1st place to finish, and then a 10-minute timer will start for everyone else to finish as well. So Wally now in the lead, entering the speed section. I bet he wants some revenge from last week, where he did not perform well at all. Still haven't won a race in the season. He's won the race 6 times in the history of the race. Trying to make it 7. Entering the stretch again. Tween still at 2nd. Hobbyflyer still at 3rd. Gets a bit more speed maybe than Tween. No, never mind. Then we got Shorty at 4th place. Shorty is at 8th place in the season. Gained 2 positions last week, and if he keeps this up, then he will definitely gain a couple of more positions, I think. Alright, who else do we have? We got Firestorm. Not sure who that is. Gets a lot of speed here over the dirt turn. Interesting. Much more speed than Shorty, and also Hobbyflyer. Whoa, Firestorm is going really quick here. It's kind of a bit suspicious, because I've never seen this player close to the top. Makes a mistake here though, so Shorty will pass him. Firestorm keeping that 5th place. Might have been just that he did really well at that part as well. Who else do we have? Spam at 6th. Jerem is close to him at 7th. They will all go for the respawn checkpoint there. I kind of expected more people to not go for the respawn, to be honest. So that's a bit of a surprise. Here's Toto, also doing well in the start at 6th place, just behind Shorty and Spam. And then we got Firestorm at 7th, Jerem at 8th, Focus at 9th, Angelo at 10th, Santana at 11th, Paul at 12th, Shadi at 13th, Vale at 14th, no, Marisei 9 at 14th now, and Vale now at 14th, and Siap also close to those players. It's really close there between a lot of players, only about 6 seconds between 1st and 15th place. The players that will get points. And also see Razorlight with good speed over the stretch. Siap will drop down to 7th. In the top, it's still Wally in the lead. Ahead of Tween at 2nd. Hobbyflyer will clip the wall. Did not lose too much time with that. Keeps his 3rd place. As we enter the stretch once again. Wally in the lead, Tween at 2nd, Hobbyflyer at 3rd. Toto goes up to 4th, but low speed into the water, and Spam will pass him. Shorty at 5th. Firestorm at 6th. Also Aurel did well here in the water section. Will actually go up to 7th place, almost 6th. Firestorm will lose a bit of speed now. Drops down to 13th place. It's really close still here in the top between Wally and Tween. Not really a surprise. Usually takes a couple of laps before we can see some development. It was really surprising, to be honest, last week when Haviflyer won with over 20 seconds. Don't really see that too often as the competition gets tougher, but yeah, Haviflyer managed to pull it off. But we'll see if that's going to be the case again. Otherwise, besides Haviflyer's first place there, it was really close between everyone else. Ooh, great exit there from Wally. Goes up to first place again. Yeah, of course, here we got the water bounce as well. I think it's like only the second time ever that we see a water bounce in the fB's Weekly, so that's cool. I think last time we saw it was in the 7th race, so that was a while ago. Wally enters lap 4 at first place, Tween at 2nd, Haviflyer at 3rd, Spam now at 4th, Toto at 5th, Shorty at 6th, Siap at 7th. Morris89 continues to climb in the rankings, now up to 8th. We got Aurel at 9th, has taken 3rd twice in the season so far. Currently at 10th place in the season. Morris89 at 9th. Firestorm at 10th. Focus at 11th. Razorlight at 13th. Bara cracks the top 15 as well. Goes up to 13th place. Angelo at 15th. Roa at 14th. Roa not having a great start. Is at 2nd place and right now just barely in the top 15. He told everyone before the race started as well that he's not a big fan of speed, so I guess he feels that this map doesn't suit him that well, as he loses a ton of speed here before the water section. It's important that you enter this water section with as much speed as you can. Link with a great time there, 2:24.24. I think he's he's at 16th place. And yeah, I'm sorry for those who had their game crash. There's nothing I can do about it. Mania Planet is just very unstable. And yeah, unfortunately Nadeos seem to not really prioritize making their game more stable. So there's really nothing I can do about it. I'm really sorry that so many people have their game crash. It's really a bummer for me as well. Roa will drop down to 20th place here. And Wally now has built up a lead of 3 seconds. Will we see Wally winning for the first time in the season? And with this, he probably will go into the top 3 again. Not sure if he's gonna pass Haviflyer. No, he's not. He's still at 3rd place. But still a long way to go of the race, of course. A lot can happen. But Wally now 4 seconds ahead. Seems to have figured out this track. Tween and Haviflyer 2nd and 3rd. And a great time there from Wally, 2:22.46. Whoa, 2 seconds faster than Haviflyer and Spam, who also improves their time. So yeah, Wally definitely have figured out this track. And will continue to push it, trying to build up a lead. As we see Haviflyer with almost more speed than Tween. Through the loops. This landing here can be a bit scary. Both players will make it. Ooh, Spam slowed down a lot in speed. I wonder if that was intentional or if he crashed. Toto still doing well at 5th place. It's not really participated that much in the race, I think. Don't see him too often, but he is a good player. Here's Razorlight and Morris89. Side by side entering the stretch. You can see the other players in front of them. It looks like they are closer than they are at this point because goes so slowly through the water. Razorlight going a lot to the left here. Interesting. I think you want to like go up on the road in the middle. I think that is maybe a bit faster. Morris A9 will build up a small lead here. Goes up to 6th. Aurel closing in on Razorlight. Great dirt turn. Will pass him maybe. Yes, he will. After the bounce. C up at 9th. Also a player that is really good, but doesn't really play too often in the race. And when he does, he often doesn't finish it actually. So we'll see if he will this time. Especially good in tech. Of course, strives for BX3, one of the best tech teams. Well, so we got Angelo just in front of Firestorm at 11th and Yannex at 12th. Yannex, who have won the race in the past, he's won it once. And I think he got a couple of more podium placements as well. And by the way, on the Google spreadsheet for my race, I actually added a stats section, so you can see, for example, most amount of podium placements, who's won the most first places, most second places, most third places, most best laps, and then also a couple of trivia. For example, which race the most players participated in, etc, etc. So if you want to check that out, it's in the Google spreadsheet. Anyways, looks like Wally is still in the lead with 4 seconds ahead of Havflyer. Then Tween has lost a couple of seconds now. He is 3 seconds behind Havflyer. Oh, and we see Spam hitting the wall. Looked like he was about to catch up to Tween. Oh, and then Havflyer suddenly is also down in the ranking here. That's gonna help Wally, who's now 8 seconds. 8 seconds, almost 9 ahead of Havflyer. Wally, will he now be the one that wins with a big margin? Could be the case. 8 seconds, quite a lot. So I guess Havflyer maybe had to respawn in the speed section or something like that. Still keeping the second place, but now it's getting closer here between him, Tween, and also Spam. It's not too far away. Then we do have a gap of 2 seconds down to Toto. And then a 4-second gap down to Morris A9, who's just ahead of Razorlight. Aurel 2 or 1 second behind Razorlight. Link, this player I haven't mentioned yet, is at 9th. Link is at 12th place in the season. Gained 1 position last week, took 12th place. And right now he's within top 10. Which I think might be his best result so far. Oh wait, he took 8th place in race 3, so that would be a tie of his best result. But could still gain a couple of more positions, as you see, as he sees Morris A9 and Razorlight just in front of him. Wally has entered lap 7 now. Still also got the best lap, of course, 222.46. Will give you 5 bonus points, and first place will give you 40. So right now Wally with 45 points. And yeah, since Sand is not driving, who is at 3rd place in total standings, then I think Wally will probably take over that place. Roa might keep his 2nd place though, if he gets into the top 15 this week. Yeah, Profire, you can link to the Google spreadsheet if you want. Anyways, here is Wally now entering the stretch. And now Tween has taken over 2nd place. Havflyer has dropped down to 5th. Havflyer down to 5th. As Tween enters the water. Toto goes up to 3rd place. That would be a bit of a surprise. Never been on the podium before. Spam at 4th, and then Havflyer now at 5th. 15 seconds behind Wally. Morris A9 now at 6th. Aurel at 7th, Link at 8th, Razorlight at 9th, Yannex at 10th, Shorty has dropped a couple of positions down to 11th, Barbus into the top 15 at 12th place, Clem at 13th, Firestorm at 14th, and now Roa is in the top 15, which will give him a whooping 5 points. But those 5 points could be important. Because, yeah, I'm not so sure actually that that many players will get more than 7 results in the season. Because that is like, your 7 best results will count. But the majority of the players in the top 15 will probably not have more than 7 results. So Roa definitely should try his best here, try to gain as many positions as he can. He will go up to 14th place. Not sure who he passed. Someone must have dropped down a lot. And wow, looking in the top now, Wally 12 seconds ahead of Tween entering lap 8. This is looking... oh! Oh! Massive crash by Wally, and those 12 seconds will not be 12 seconds anymore. Let's see how much Tween will catch up. Wow, a critical mistake there from Wally. Tween now 9 seconds behind him, but it's gonna be more, or less rather, after the speed section. Because it takes a while for Wally to gain, to build up that speed. So let's see in the next checkpoint. He's now 4.5 seconds behind only. So Wally lost 8 seconds with that mistake. That was really, really costly. And yeah, it's not gonna be a walk in the park anymore for Wally, that's for sure! As he almost landed on his back there, wasn't too far away. Gonna enter the stretch down, not a good enter either, so Tween will gain even more time, look at this! Tween is just behind Wally all of a sudden, after a much better entry into the water, so it just shows how important it is that you go into the water with good speed. Tween now less than 1 second behind Wally. Half a minute ago he was 12 seconds behind, so this is getting exciting now. And those two players have a gap of 3.5 seconds down to Toto, who keeps that 3rd place. What a surprise. I'm actually curious what Toto's best result is so far, so I'm gonna check that real quick. Alright, so Toto's best result is 9th place in race 7. So that was a really long time ago, last year. Yeah, hasn't really played that often in the race. So this would be a great result for Toto if he can keep it up. But yeah, now it's a fight for 1st place between Tween and Wally. Wally seems to be doing this part better though. He always seems to be extending his lead. So now he's almost 2 seconds in front of Tween again. So yeah, unless Tween can figure out that ending, I think Wally still got the advantage. As we enter lap 9 out of 19. Tween will improve his local record to 223.97, but he's really far behind Wally's best time, so... Still gonna be tough for Tween to take 1st, but he's doing well at 2nd place. Toto at 3rd, Spam still at 4th, Hobby Flyer still at 5th. Then we got Link, who's now gone up to 6th place. Shorty at 7th, Morris 89 at 8th. We got Clem at 9th, Razorlight at 10th, Roa now up to 11th place, Yannex at 12th, Arel at 13th, Santana at 14th, and Firestorm at 15th place. Let's see who else we have driving this week. We got Saber at 22nd place, has been on the podium 3 times, and all 3 times he took 3rd place. Currently at 13th place in the season with 45 points, but right now will not get any more points, so likely will lose some positions unless he is able to do well in the end. Who else do we have? We got Hades, who seems to be streaming on Twitch as well, at 46th place, behind Fallon and ahead of Lars. Then we got Sabin Jr. for LR at 59th place, behind Mang and ahead of Soren. Slows down a lot here, will not even go for that wall hit. So that's a safe way to do it. We got Piranha for Against All Authority, teammate to Cyril at 66th position, behind Undisputed and ahead of Fox Striker. Spam has now gone up to 3rd place, has passed Toto. We got Laximus driving this week in 93rd place, behind Big Freezy and ahead of Fly Neoen. Entering the speed section now. We got Sophie for IGN at 99th place. Haven't seen her in a while. Behind Megorian and ahead of that cold guy right now, entering the speed section. We got Zizo for Focus On at 122nd place. About to leave the water section, as we see Wally securing his first local record, 2:21.11. Great time. Tween will also improve his time with over 1 second. So, yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting to follow. But Wally is now actually 4 seconds ahead of Wally, so Wally is building up that lead again. He was 12 seconds in front, so he could have been 14 or 16 seconds in front right now had he not made that big mistake. So who is at last place? We still got 32 players driving. Looks like Rixmond 05 from Hungary is the current last player. Alright, let's go back to the top. Gotta follow this fight between Wally and Tween through the water section. And Tween will have to try and continue improving his local record if he wants to keep up with Wally. It's not gonna be an easy task. Here's Toto at 3rd place now again, but very close battle between him and Spam. Hobbyflyer still at 5th, had a good start to the race, but then lost a bit of time. 12 seconds behind Wally, so he's driving pretty good here. But yeah, probably not gonna win for the 3rd week in a row. Still, I predict he will keep his 1st place in the season though. Link still at 6th place. We got Shorty at 7th. We got Clem at 8th. Also not a player you often see in the top 10. So curious what his best result is as well. Mars A9 at 9th. Razorlight at 10th. Aurel at 11th. Siap at 12th. Roa at 13th. Firestorm at 14th. And Yannex at 15th place. And now Wally over 5 seconds ahead of Tween. As Spam will drop down to 5th place. Spam has dropped down to 5th place. I will allow Hobbyflyer to pass him. Lost about 2 seconds in the end of the lap. We'll enter lap 11 now. Wally still in the lead. Looking to win the race for the 7th time. This would be his 15th time in total on the podium. He's also been 2nd 4 times and 3rd 4 times. Jarem with a great time, 2:22.22, a lot of 2s. Claims the 2nd local record. As Wally enters the water section with much more speed now. It's important that you land in that downhill. Get a smooth landing so that you keep your speed. But yeah, it's definitely seems to be that Wally is continuing to extend his lead. 5.5 seconds ahead of Tween now. So he's driving faster each lap, about 1 second or so. Toto at 3rd place. So that would be quite a surprise if he can get into the top 3. Let's have a quick overview look as well. So again, this is the 6th race of the season. We are halfway through with Hobbyflyer in the lead, but right now at 4th place in the race. Wally is instead leading, who is at 5th place in the season. So there are still a lot of players that are contenders to win the season. Of course, 1st place will get 500 euro, 2nd place 250 euro, 3rd place 100 euro, 4th place 50 euro, 5th place 30 euro, 6th place 20 euro, 7th place 10 euro, and then 8th to 15th place will get 5 euro. And that is powered by ragadjungle.biz and Team Acer, so a big shout out to them for supporting the race. Wally has entered the next lap, as we see Tween claiming the 2nd local record, 221.76, but not gaining anything on Wally, who must be keeping a really good pace here, except that mistake that he made. He's been driving great, and yeah, he would have been close to 20 seconds ahead of Tween had he not made it, so great stuff here from Wally. Oh, see Tween hitting the wall. But yeah, he can feel pretty safe that he will take at least 2nd place, because he is 8 seconds ahead of Hobbyflyer, who now goes up to 3rd place, has passed Toto, who gets a bad landing in that small jump. It's really important actually in that jump that you don't land that much on the side with your car. So you want to kind of go to the left a bit before and then like steer to the right, so that you land a bit more on your front wheels. That way you will avoid the landing bug. So it's a small detail, but over the course of the whole race it could cost you quite a lot of seconds actually. So Toto losing a bit of time there on Hobbyflyer, who seems to have kept his speed better. Tween now over 6 seconds behind Wally, so yeah, I don't really see Wally losing this unless he makes a similar mistake again. But he usually is a pretty good player. He's pretty good at keeping his 1st place, although I should say that in race 4 Hobbyflyer did actually pass Wally in the last lap, so I guess that could happen again. So here's this part where I think Wally is driving much faster than most other players. It seems like he's doing it well. See, goes into the water bounce. Here is Tween. About to overlap Laximus, Kripke Cream, and Fly Neoen. Oh, actually lost a bit of speed entering the dirt section here. Yeah, if you go a bit too much to the right, you will actually get a landing bug there as well. So you want to go in the middle of the road. So Tween gonna lose a bit of time with that. He's now 8 seconds behind Wally. Wally has almost built up the same lead that he had in the start. As we see Hobbyflyer now looking to figure out the track, 221.77. He's definitely driving better, up to 3rd place, 2 seconds ahead of Toto at 4th. Here he is, but well, he could maybe actually catch up to Tween. I think now it's oh, as Hobbyflyer will get a bad landing there and land on his back. That is the risk you take when you enter it with so much speed. You kind of want to slow down there, which I think is what Spam did or is doing, and he will now pass Hobbyflyer, goes up to 4th place. Toto, of course, also passed him, back to 3rd place again. So, bit unnecessarily risky driving there from Hobbyflyer. Gonna cost him 2 positions, almost 3 in fact, because Link... Oh, did Link pass him? I think he did. Yeah, he did. So Hobbyflyer down to 6 now after the water section. So that was really costly for him. He's still 4 seconds ahead of Clem at 7th. Then Roa now up to 8. So he will get a pretty good chunk of points this week as well. Not sure if he will keep his 2nd place, but might still be in top 3 though. We'll see. I will of course calculate the points once the race is over and update the spreadsheet. Here is Shorty at 9th. Has been taking a lot of top 10 positions so far in the season, but not any podium positions though. And of course Shorty has been on the podium 16 times in total. He's only worse than Sand with that, who's been on the podium 22 times. So Shorty is used to be on the podium, but this season it's not really... I mean, he's been driving great. He's been often in the top 10 as mentioned, but I'm sure he's not too happy still. Would have wanted to do a bit better. But right now at 9th, ahead of Razorlight at 10th. Morris A9 at 11th. He might lose his 4th place. I'm pretty sure, actually he will, yeah. Wally will pass him for sure, and there may be some other players as well who are close to him. Jerem at 12th. Santana at 13th. Siap still in top 15 at 14th place. And then Nimp now. No, he will go down to 16th. We'll have to go for the alternative route here. Yannex will pass him. So Nimp, no points right now. Alright, Wally has entered lap 14 a long time ago actually. Halfway through it almost. And he is now over 10 seconds. Oh, and where's Hobby Flyer? Hobby Flyer is 23 seconds behind Wally now. What happened? Or actually, no. I guess this is old news. He already made this big mistake. I thought he made another big mistake, to be honest. But no, that is not the case. I think... well, this is weird, actually. Like, Toto and Spam are so far behind Wally. Interesting. I thought they were, like, close to Tween, but no. They are actually 9 seconds behind Tween. Yeah, huge distances here in the top. 10 seconds between Wally and Tween, and then 10 seconds now between Tween and Toto as well. Crazy. And yeah, Harvey Flyer not doing well right now. I think he is actually losing a bit more time. 25 seconds behind now. But keeping that 6th place is at least 2 seconds ahead of Clem. So yeah, he did lose 2 additional seconds. Yeah, I guess it's interesting now to follow this fight between Toto and Link for 3rd place. Link has made a slow comeback here and can now actually get on the podium. And I don't know if he actually... I don't think he's been on the podium before. I could be wrong about that, but I think actually 4th place might be his best result so far. So he's gonna try to catch up to Toto. But I think it's safe to say though that Wally will win the race now. It's crazy, he could have been over 20 seconds ahead of Tween at this point had he not made that mistake and then had to respawn as well. And it was before the speed section as well, so that's just the worst place that you can actually crash. So lost a lot with that, but seems to have figured out this track better than anyone else, and deservingly will win the race as well into lap 15 out of 19. He also got the best lap, 30 hundredths out of Roa. Could lose that one. Here is Tween, and this is gonna be Tween's best result of the season as well. Before that, I think it was at 6th place. So this is gonna give him a lot of points, and he probably will. He's gonna gain 1 position at least. He's gonna pass Spam, but I'm not so sure if he's gonna pass Morris 89 as well. But at least 1 better position for Tween if he keeps this up, which he probably will, even though he is always losing a lot of time on Wally every lap. But Toto is not getting any closer here. Here's Link just behind him. Spam also with the chance to get 3rd place at least. Only 2 seconds behind. So it's definitely doable. And Hobby Flyer still in it as well. At 6th place. He can get back and gain the positions he need. But yeah, he will still keep his first place in the total standings. For sure. 6th place is still a great result. Roa at 7th now. So I'm curious if he will get to keep his 2nd place or not. I think it's gonna be close between him and Wally. And Clem... oh! Okay, here he is. Couldn't spec him for a moment there, but he is still driving at 8th place. This is also a great result for Clem. Not so sure if he's ever been in the top 10. Oh, and Spam now down to 7th place. What happened? He must have had to respawn before the water bounce. Didn't have enough speed to cross it. So he is down to 7th place. Roa goes up to 6th. And this will, of course... this means that Spam is no longer in the running for 3rd place. So an unfortunate late mistake there from Spam. Here's Shorty at 9th place. Razorlight at 10th. Marius 89 at 11th. Jerem at 12th. Santana at 13th. Siap at 14th. Massa now into the top 15 at 15th place. 3 seconds ahead of Arel. So we'll see if that's going to be enough for Massa to get into the top 15. I think he is close. So we'll see. It might be enough. He's up to 14th place now, actually. Siap drops down to 7th. Oh! He is lagging, so he's not going to be able to finish the race again. I think it's probably not the first time that happens. And in the meantime, Wally now 15 seconds ahead of Tween. It's crazy that how much faster Wally is driving than Tween. It's really impressive. Similar to what Hobbyflyer did last week as well. Slowpoke 90, I'm actually commentating a type of Formula 1 race called the BA Championship F1. The next race will be on Monday, so I am casting those kind of races, but yeah, not any real Formula 1. That's a bit above my level, I think. Alright, so Wally soon entering lap 17 now. Not that long, not that much left to go of the race. He can afford making a couple of mistakes. And it wouldn't lose him his first place. And Link has now gone up to 3rd place. Or he was at 3rd place at least. This continues to be extremely close between Toto and Link, who now also enter the 17th lap. Where is Hobbyflyer? He's actually really close to them as well. So we have a trio of players here. Toto, Link and Hobbyflyer. All with the chance to take that 3rd place. So that will be interesting to follow. Then we do have a 5-second gap down to Roa at 6th place, so I find it unlikely that he will catch up to them. Just a few more laps left to go. This part here is always a bit risky if you go with that much speed into it, as Roa did. I think Spam does it a bit better because he slows down a lot more. I think that is what you want to do. Wally now over 17 seconds ahead of Tween. This is gonna be one of the biggest wins ever. Not the biggest one though. I actually went and checked what the biggest win was since I added that trivia section. And it's 36 seconds by Sand. So that is gonna be pretty hard to beat. Might not ever see it getting beaten. We'll see though. I think it depends on the map. If it's kind of like a unusual map that is kind of unique and that like one player just figures out and the others won't, then it might happen. I think that is what happened. Like what was the reason why Sand could win with 36 seconds. He just figured it out and no one else did. And yeah, Tween is now almost 20 seconds behind. This is crazy. Wally must be driving 121 times every lap. Actually gonna check what his average is. I'm curious. It's 2:23.60, and he's almost 2 seconds better than Roa, who is at second place. No, wait, that is not correct, of course. But yeah, almost or 1 second faster than Tween each lap, basically. So really impressive, as he will secure his first local record again. 2:20.23 by Wally. That is a great time. 1 second 20 hundredths ahead of Roa at second place. Oh, as he gets to a stop here. But yeah, he can afford that. It's not a big deal. It's not gonna cost him too much. Entering the stretch for the second to last time. Tween keeping that second place in a no man's land. He himself is very far ahead of Link, who's at third place. Oh, Toto has dropped down to 7th place now. Toto with a massive blunder. So Spam will pass him up to 6th, Roa up to 5th, Hobbyflyer at 4th. And Link at 3rd place now. So it's between Link and Hobbyflyer for 3rd place. With Link being ahead with 1.5 seconds. Can he stay in front of Hobbyflyer, who's had a really inconsistent race? It's been all over the place. But if he gets on the podium, I'm sure he is satisfied with that. Alright, so Wally about to enter the last lap of the race. And I think he probably will get the 5 bonus points as well. No one is really close to him. So yeah. What a performance here from Wally, and such a big difference compared to last week, where he was at like, I think he finished at 69th place in the end. So yeah, great stuff here from Wally coming back from that, showing that he is one of the contenders to win the whole season. And now Roa has gone up to 4th, Hobbyflyer drops down to 6th place. Continues to be really up and down for Hobbyflyer. So Link now probably, well, Roa can actually pass him. We got 2 AT Gaming players fighting for 3rd place as Wally enters the stretch for the last time. Here is Tween. So into the next lap, Link at 3rd, and oh no, Roa now up to 3rd place. Link will drop down to 5th place. Link losing all his time here in the end, down to 7th now. Shorty will pass him as well. A nightmare scenario here for Link. 1 lap away from getting on the podium and now down to 8th place. What a nightmare for Link. So Roa is now at 3rd place and he is 4 seconds ahead of Hobbyflyer. So it looks like we're not gonna have any exciting fight for 3rd place. He's actually 7 seconds ahead of Hobbyflyer even. Crazy, such big differences here. Alright, let's follow Wally into the end. Very deserving win, will get 45 points. I don't see anyone getting a faster time than him, especially not now in the last lap. Although I guess Hobbyflyer did get the best lap last week, so might happen still, but yeah, Wally will take the 40 points at least. Could be 45, and I think he will get into the top 3 of the total standings again, since Sand did not participate this week. So here we go, Wally now with only 2 turns left. First this turn, and then here's the last turn. For back to business, Wally will win fB's Weekly Edition 56. Congratulations to him. Here is Tween, also a great effort. Gonna get his best result so far with a 2nd place. and probably will climb a bit in the ranking as well. So Tween will take second, and then who's gonna take third? It is Roa, losing a bit of time here, but still comfortably ahead of Javi Flyer. So Roa will get on the podium again. He took third place last week as well, so second week in a row for Roa taking third place. Congrats to him as well. Then Javi Flyer will take fourth, Spam fifth again, Clem at sixth, Link lost that third place in the last lap and will take seventh, able to pass Shorty in the end at least, who will take eighth. Morris 89 will take ninth, Jerem at 10th, Toto at 11th, Razorlight up next will take 12th place. We got Santana also getting into the top 15 at 13th place. Massa will take 14th. And then Bren for... No, he's not gonna take 15th place. Barbos passes him in the last turn. Whoa, crazy close fight there between them. So Barbos will take the last points. Adrian will take 17th. Monster 18th. Beef 19th. Aurel 20th. Fredelshaman will take 21st. We got Yannick at 22nd. Royal at 23rd. Vince at 24th. Saber at 25th. Focus at 26th. Hades at 27th, Papu at 28th, Chaosan at 29th, Nexor at 30th, Edward at 31st, Loomer for display at 32nd. We got 8 minutes left on the clock. Vale at 33rd, Angelo at 34th, Clockrain at 35th. Then we got Can at 36th, Dex at 37th, Sorrow from Croatia will take 38th. Wojoradi will take 39th. Skadi for Exception will take 40th place. Fallon 41st. No Mean at 42nd. Sauron for Skyline finishes at 43rd. Mang at 44th. We got Sabin Jr., another Polish player, will take 45th. Mixmod at 46th. Focus at 47th. Elo Techno at 48th. Next up is Gala at 49th. Shuck for Pulse takes 50th place. We got Fox Striker for Impact at 51st. Mathix has passed QE in the end and will take 52nd place, QE at 53rd. Here is Letalis for TNT, finishing at 54th place, ahead of Dorica for Gamers. Next up is Banani Hai at 56th, Cousin at 57th, we got Kid at 58th, Infinity also from Skyline will take 59th, Mr. Moo will take 60th place, Goonsor will take 61st, Hide Fade will take 62nd, Claleroy will take 63rd, and Don't Care will take 64th. We got 6 minutes left on the clock when Schnully X will take 65th. Affis 1606 from Switzerland will take 66th. Here is Magorian taking 67th. Dunsty will take 68th. Sarkin at the water bounce. Is anyone close? Tompa not too far behind, but Sarkin likely gonna stay in front. Looks like that will be the case. So Sarkin will take 69th place. Ahead of Tompa at 70th. Subaru closing in on the end as well. Not that far ahead of Laximus, but far enough. So Subaru will take 71st. Laximus 72nd. Skid Racer for DDR takes 73rd. Sophie at 74th. Mika Lodo at 75th. Big Freezy at 76th. Here is Vonix at 77th. 5 minutes left on the clock. Grandi from Finland, I think is a newcomer to the race, will take 78th. We got Stereo Gang next up, and he's far ahead of Kettle 63. So it's gonna be a while before the next player will also finish. 4 minutes left on the clock. Let's see how many players are still driving. It's a decent amount. So we'll see if they can all complete the race. And Kettle 63 will go for that alternative route, getting the boosters. One turn left. And we'll take 80th place. Next page, we got Premik from Czech Republic. Also far ahead of his nearest opponent, will take 81st. Here's Mikkel for Door to Kyo. Primarily a Canyon team, I believe. I think they are actually hosting a new Canyon team tournament, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take 82nd place. Here is Bear for LR. We'll take 83rd. Dreamcast at 84th. It's great console. We'll take 84th. And then it's another big gap down to Era 2K. 3 minutes left on the clock. So I guess we'll maybe have like about 90 players or so finishing this time. The record is 138 players. Alright, here is Era 2K taking 85th. And then next up is X-Nuts from Bulgaria. Takes 86th. Zizo for Focus On, also on the last lap. Oh, interesting. Huh, so intentionally takes that respawn there. Two minutes left on the clock when Zizo will go through the last turn, taking 87th. Sydney will also finish. We'll take 88. Next up is Kripke from Australia, actually, so that's cool. I know it's super late. We'll take 89th. And who is next? Days is next. I'm not sure if Days can finish the race. It's the last player driving. I'm gonna save the replay, which lately I've been forgetting about. But yeah, Days still driving. 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock. I don't think that is enough. No, I don't think so. So I think Days unfortunately will not finish the race. So the last player to do so would be Kripke at 89th place. And I guess we could summarize the race. Just want to make sure that Days cannot finish here. Less than 1 minute to go now. I don't think so. Still a lot left of this lap, so no, it's not gonna be enough in before finishing with like 1 second left on the clock. Still got 6 more checkpoints to pass. It's gonna be close, but yeah, Days not able to finish the race, unfortunately. It's gonna be like, I don't know, like 10-15 seconds from it. Maybe a bit more than that, but yeah, Days unfortunately not able to finish the race. It's a good effort though. Yeah, it's gonna be really close there, but 5 seconds left on the clock. Let's summarize the race and let's enable the chat as well. So Wally took it home this week and also got the best lap, so 45 points for Wally. I think he will now be back into the top 3 in the total standings. Tween also with a great effort taking 2nd, and then Roa with a comeback in the end taking 3rd place. So that's gonna be the top 3 results, and I will of course update the Google spreadsheet later tonight. We'll see what the standings will be once I've done that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks everyone for playing, thanks for watching. I'll be back next Saturday with the 7th race. See ya!